Hey guys, this is Vishal Dandote, and in the previous lecture, we have seen how to use a service in Angular and how to create a service in Angular application. So, in this lecture, we will see what are the updates in the services in Angular 14 as currently Angular 14 has been released. So we will discuss that, and after that we will discuss the next chapter or the next point in the next video. For this video, let's discuss what are the changes in Angular services and what the syntax changes has been updated by the Angular 14. So let's start. So as you seen in the previous lecture, we have used the subscriber syntax like this, and as you can see in the VS code, that perfectly mention or that clear like VS code clearly mentioned that this method, I mean this syntax which we have used in the code, that has been deprecated. As you can over on this, and you can simply see signature taking separate callback arguments will be removed in V8. It means in the Angular 14 version, the subscriber syntax has been removed. So, how we can use the subscriber syntax or in the upcoming Angular version or the for Angular 14 version. So, let's see that. Keep in mind. So, in the till now we were using callback function, one for a response and another one for error. But in the Angular 14, they have changed. So, whenever we need to subscribe the service, we need to use the callbacks with the three names like next, complete, sorry, next, error, and complete. So how can we use that? Let's see with the example. So here, as we have created our service in the previous lecture, so I'm going to use the same service, but just we will use the updated syntax in this lecture. So here we have the common service, and after that we have get server data method, and the subscribe method would be same. So there is no change in the subscribe method, but there is a change in the callback functions which we were using in the last lecture. So as you can see here, if I write just subscribe, it is not saying me it is deprecated, but in this line you can see that is saying it is deprecated. So how can we use that now? So in this case, what we need to do, we need to create one object, and that object will accept the methods like as, let's say, next. So next means whenever response come, or whenever we have the response like as a response callback, we can access that in this method. So let's say response. So this is the same syntax which we are using here, but the callback name is different, and this is clearly mentioned that this is the response. Once that is done, we need to go with the next, or this is the promise, oh sorry, this is the observable response. So here we can simply say console.log and response. After that, whenever we were getting the error, we were passing this type of callback functions. But in the Angular 14, what we need to do? We need to use error word or the error function for catching the errors. Let's say error, and whenever if there is any error, we can simply say console.log, and it should be error comma error. So this message is just for our understanding, and here we can simply say response. So we will be able to differentiate these both responses. And once this both completed, if we need to do something, let's say we need to for example, if we are using the um, delete method, and once that particular element deleted from the database, after that we need to update that on the UI. In that case, what we can do, we can simply say complete, and in this complete method we can write our code, whatever we need to done with, like whatever we need to do after these both methods have done. It means if there is a response, this error method not going to execute, so it will directly move to the complete. Or if there is error, then it this method will not going to execute, so it will directly moves to complete method. So here we can simply say console.log and successfully completed like this, and we can see the output. Let's save this, and as you can see now our subscriber method warning, uh, which we were saying in into the above section, that has been gone, and we are able to get our data without warning. And it is clearly readable, this readable syntax. Like in this, like in this syntax, we were not able to identify, like here we were writing the response parameter, so that's why we are saying that this is the response. But if there is error, we don't able to understand. But in this lecture, sorry, in this syntax, we are clearly seeing that it is the next and it is the error. And once both is completed, we can move to the complete syntax or completed syntax. So let's see the output if we can get the data. So here you can see we have the response, and after that our completed method has been successfully executed. So in this way we can change our subscriber method syntax for the upcoming versions, and the Angular 14 version. I hope you understand. Let's see you guys in the next lecture. Thank you so much.